Hey, John Cruz, and I've got in my hands the Cashion Fishing Rod. Now I'm going to tell you 3 aspects of this rod that I absolutely love. The first thing is the handle. They've got a carbon fiber weave handle, nothing like it out there. It's really nice because that's what you're holding on to while you're fishing with this rod. You're holding on to that handle, and this handle, like I said, carbon fiber, very, very sensitive. So that's one aspect of it. But the other part is it's got great grip, no matter if it's wet or dry, or you got a little sunscreen on your hands, a little fish formula, something like that on your hands. It still has really good grip, and that's big. I mean, when that 6-pounder bites, you don't want that rod to slip out of your hands. You want to make sure you have a good hook set. So that handle, that carbon fiber weave handle, is a big deal for me. The second thing is probably my favorite aspect of these rods, and it sounds simple, but it makes you very efficient on the water, and that's the bait keeper. The little bait keeper is right over here just in front of the reel, and that is in the perfect position to not get in the way of your whole setup, your line as you're fishing the bait. Now, I fish with these rods quite a bit, and I've never had the line actually get on the bait keeper right here. So it's perfectly placed after a lot of testing, as I'm told. So they got it just right, and what I do is I press down on that bait keeper based on how thick of a hook that I'm going to put through there. So this is a flipping hook, and so it's got a little more space to it, but I make it to where it fits in there real tight. I want that bait to be in there, that hook to be in there tight, so even if I got a little bit of slack, you're running down the lake or you're picking up your rods and you bend the tip a little bit and you got a little bit of slack, that bait's not just going to fall off real easy. It's real tight in there. And when I get to where I'm fishing, I can just grab the hook, pop the bait off. It's already ready to go. I can just flip that out there, pull that bait in there, pop it on that hook keeper, and go to my next spot, and I know my bait's ready to go. That makes me a lot more efficient on the water, and it's just convenient. I mean, it's just easy. Really slick. Really slick deal there. And can't forget about the Cashion rod sleeves. These things are really slick. They're real tight to where they stay on the rods real well. They're made for the Fuji micro guides that the Cashion rods have. They're made for those, so they fit real nice and tight down there. And the weave, being really tight, does 2 things. Keeps the rod guides from popping out. And I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose to have a rod sleeve on there if the guides are popped out. So it keeps the guides in there better. Plus, it keeps it from the hooks getting snagged in there really bad. The weave's really tight, and it's almost counterintuitive that a hook would go in there and it would come out pretty easy, but they actually do. With that being real tight, they don't have like a single strand that comes out with that barb when you go to pull it out. Either it comes out or it doesn't. So you just kind of shake it around real quick, pops right out, real easy. I used to get so flustered when I would have a bait fall off in the rod locker, and then my bait would get into one of these sleeves, and you'd be 10 minutes trying to get the thing out. With these sleeves, you don't have that problem. Plus, with the bait keeper having to where you can pinch it down to make it cinch on that hook, you don't have a lot of loose baits in your rod locker either. So, I mean, it's kind of a two-pronged deal there. Baits don't come off as much. Plus, the rod sleeve actually functions like it's supposed to. So, those are just some of my favorite features on my Cashion fishing rod.